Good afternoon. Me again. It's the Sunday the 31st of May and this is the noonday snack. 12 p.m. coming to body parts near you in about 4.5 minutes. If you're watching this on catch up, i.e. you're not live, well you're live but your viewing isn't live, you can get rid of this bit if you don't want it. About 4.5 minutes, scroll it across and you can get straight to the movement snack. At the end of this week, tomorrow, we will be uploading a selection of 6 movement snacks from this previous week. So if you're if you're ready for a YouTube fix and you've been kind of doing some repeats to get you through the days, you've got a new set of 6 coming tomorrow. But for now, people are arriving. Amazingly, they're coming in out of the sun to say hello. So please say hello. I can see you there. Tell us where you're coming from. Hello, Tom. Good to see you. So that means Fareham is in. So I'm in Havant. So that's Fareham, just down there, south of England. Good to see you, Tom. Thank you for saying hello. Where are you? Where are you in the world? Where are you in the UK? Really helps us understand the reach of this mission, where you're calling in from. Don't be shy. This is the preamble, the pre-broadcast broadcast. If you're new to the movement snack or very recently joined the group, just give us a wave and let us know that you're there. Your comments really do help us understand the value of this mission and to continue it. So Wales is in. Chris. Good to see you, Chris. Have you been gardening? What's been going on this morning? Penny and James are in now. Here we go. Thank you. Thank you, Penny and James. Activities this morning, please. Give me a rundown. Get me in the zone. What have you been crowbarring in? Have you been crowbarring in the back extenders from yesterday? Are you still all a bit bent over and flexed in the garden and doing everyday tasks? Hello, Carol. Scotland's in. Just on the catch up. So some people, especially at the weekend, I'm seeing, do a bit of a double whammy. So they might have a lay-in, have a relaxing start. So they do the 8 a.m. on catch up and roll straight or step purposefully straight into the noonday. And all these snacks work together. They've been specifically planned in this way when I put this together. So the morning, the noonday and the 4 p.m. could be combined as a whole, as it were. What have you been up to, Chris? No gardening today, it's too hot. Been walking and getting dinner ready. Anything good? I know what a Christine Perry Sunday dinner is like. I've had many in my years. Chris has made me many Sunday dinners. Hello, Dawn. Good to see you. Happy lunchtime to you too. Have you been round the pond, Dawn, with your mum? Have you been ponding? Have you been on pond life today? Let me have a look at the time. I think we're on about 1 minute to go. So it's really, when I say really, it's critical that we hear about how you're finding this mission. Really helps us to understand how it's supporting, how it's helping, how it's shifting and changing stuff. Great to see you, Adil. Good to have you back this weekend. I've just seen a huge orange fox disappear up my screen. I'm guessing that was you, Dawn. AD's in. So more Portsmouth and Farehamish if AD's in. So a few people in my patch, my locality. What else? Last 30 seconds to declare to me what you've been up to this morning, please. Taking a break from getting lunch. Thank you, Maddie. Maddie from Daggers. That's Dagenham. I've got a bit of budgie dodging going on today, as you can see. Lunchtime snackers, lovely day in Chesterfield. Hello, Margaret. Great to have you. Bolton's arrived. Hello, Vivian. Vivian with Paul, perhaps, maybe. I think 2 in from Bolton. I think we're ready to go. Should we do it? Should we do a 3, 2, 1, and then you can all get back to your activities. Just get my my trusty notes. Ready, steady, 3, 2, 1. Good afternoon. My name is Bex Townley from Late to Life Training. I have one of our t-shirt selections on. I appreciate that our t-shirts are all a bit back to front on the lives. So this says promoting successful aging. I've got another 10 minutes coming your way right now. So you'll need an external stable surface to hold on to if you're going to do the standing options. Seated options as always. If you're new to movement snacking, you might want to have a look at the movements, decide if it's the first time, perhaps do it in seated first and then progress to stand. Have a look at it, have a good old look and see how you feel about joining in now or later. The collective's arrived, that must mean it's time to go. Hello Sheila from Palma in Spain, let's do it. So every movement snack starts with a circulation boost. Whether you're in sit or stand, let's just take a moment to set up the best possible position to be successful with this. External support should be close to you and about hip height. I'm only stepping away so that I can be in the centre of your screen. So just stand position, get that ready, okay? Hip width apart, gap between the feet, lengthen out through the centre. If you know what's coming, start on the Circ Boost march. Continue with that. I'm going to keep layering in the prompts. Phone's ringing. Hopefully someone will get that. Okay, we're going to take a hip walk forward. Hip walk forward. And here's the seated Circ Boost position. Feet are anchored, buttocks anchored, and then we can either start from the bottom up or the top down. Whether you're in stand or sit, this circulation boost just serves to do that, to boost the circulation, to be more mindful of the position for around the trunk and the posture. And in seated, it's generated by feet, ankles and toes. Can you see I'm lifting up my heels first and toes last and then going down in reverse so that the march is driven by the ankles, feet and toes. Here's the upper body selection, and you may decide to do arms and feet, legs separately, whatever's best for you. When we bring these together, there's much more requirement of support from the centre. So when arms and legs go together, there's even more activity going through the centre here. You can probably feel that. So for that reason, it may help to have one hand on support and do single arms and change those through like so. Or you may just decide to switch up upper and lower separately. Hands together may also help guide. And can you see I'm guiding the elbow back? It's about range of motion and steady rhythmical movements, whether we're in sit or stand. And this circulation boost, you're going to start to feel a little increase in the heart rate, but it should just still feel comfortable. And at the end of that minute or so, you should feel the need to perhaps take a deeper breath, a couple of deep breaths. Shouldn't be exhausted, shouldn't be breathless. It's literally just to boost the circulation, which is even more important if you've been sat for a while or still for a period of time. We're going to keep on going now, so sit or stand. Have a little pit stop if you want to. Re-establish that length, as much length as you can from the centre. This is where the support comes from. That creates the activity. Have a look. External support if you would like, if that's going to help you move more freely. Have a look, hoping you can see my feet. So we're on side taps now. And can you see the angle of my feet? It's not a science. 10 to 2 on a clock or 5 to 1, but we're preparing the hip, the movement around the hip, because in a moment we're going to take a sideways step. So I just want to get the hips prepared for that, and also the feet. Now have a look down and just check that you have got this extension across the top of the foot. Can you see? You'll see automatically the weight transfer as I shift. There's a moment where I'm on one leg, so this is slow. It's not circulation boost speed. It's really deliberate. If you are glancing down to see what's happening, do keep ensure that this length remains. So from the side, on the side tap, we're here. So can you see I've still got this strong position? Have a go of those, have a pause in the middle, lengthen and go again. And I want you to focus please on the ankles, feet and toes and the angle of that. Use support at this stage, keep the posture lifted. Here's the seated options. Everything in seated is more effective if we hip walk forward. Here's more hip mobility here. Backside just past centre. There's the lift, there's the support here and the best possible position for hips. And the side tap's the same. It's going to feel a bit different in seated because we're sat on buttocks. Focus is top of foot here and we've got a little bit of knee extension. If legs isn't on your radar for improvement, ankles, feet and toes, we're going to take a hip shift here. Can you see I'm hitching up, staying centre, I've got a little weight shift and a hitch. And this is significant for what's going to come. So have a look and pick the one. And this really is, this isn't structured exercise. It's have a look, have a feel, have a pause, have a stop, have a sag and go again. And we're trying to give you some prompts to think with, to make movement more efficient, to help with everyday tasks. Are you with me? All right, so as you can see, we've got a bit of a sideways theme going on today, but we want to break that up with some different ranges of movement, and this goes for life as well. So if you find yourself doing the same type of movement, you know, garden's a classic one, we get sore, we get tired. So here we are going to go back to the side, but I'm going to put in some up and downy stuff just to switch up the what's happening with joints and muscles. Have a look, we've done this before. Pedal pusher, can you see my feet? Take up support. It's an extra heel raise, it's supported, so just start with these, can you see, there. And then if you feel that that's comfortable, if you feel that you can articulate the feet and leave the balls of the feet behind, if that range of movement is there in your feet, and you know that you can do a fairly good heel raise, we can do pedal pusher, where we lift and we transfer and we come down. There's one heel, I push up the second and then I lower. So I'm bringing in a little bit more strength activity and I'm preparing the ankles and feet and toes to carry my whole body weight, albeit momentarily. So we're almost, can you feel that this is, part of this is a single leg heel raise. Slow, deliberate, have a think. If you're not ready for that up, down, down, stick with singles, or you may want to stick with the standard heel raise. Don't overcook this one. There's a pun there about it being a movement snack. Just do a couple, have a pause, have a release, set up again, and then go again. And on this one, the feet are hip width. Have a bit more of a go with that. Here's the seated options. Hip walk forward. This enables really effective centre support, kicking in and active. Now for heel stuff in seated, bring the feet back a bit. This can really support greater ranges, and the same thing applies. The only thing that's different is that we're not carrying the weight. So we can still do the pedal pusher, can you see? Up, down, down, turn this way, we can see. Up, down, down. Or we can still do the heel raises. If lower limb isn't an option, can we go here please for the buttercups? So feet, ankles and toes isn't for you for whatever reason. We've got our buttock squeezes, which also links into any reach and grab and balance shift in a chair. Those buttocks are really the anchors, they're the feet of your backside. All right, we've got enough options there. And these are our minute moves, so you can crowbar these in through the whole day. All right, let's come back to our sideways, our side dishes, if you will, for the movement snack. Have a look, take up support for this one. Start small and extend the size of this step as and when you feel you can. Lift and lengthen, starting in our base, always starts in steady, stable position, and I've got a little bit of space between my feet. I'm side on here. What I would suggest, if you know external support is going to give you more confidence, have that in front of you. I'll show you a couple sideways and then I'll change, hoping you can see my feet. So here's the sideways step from the side. Have a look. I'm looking forward, my hips are forward, everything is forward, but I'm travelling sideways. I'm going to turn so you can see. And this is a direct relationship between all of this ankle, feet and toes work that we've been doing. Can you see that when I step sideways, I need to extend my feet to control that side step, and I'll pick up and come in. So generally in these movement snacks, we've been doing directional stepping, but this is stepping over stuff. If I step over something, I pick the knees up higher. But for now, I just want this side step. Here's a support here, so get your balance before you step back. All of this with external support if you need. Walls are great for this. If you can bear looking at the wall and you haven't got crazy wallpaper, can you see that the hands can move with me? So we have a bit of Marseille going on if we're with the wall. Walls are great because they can really offer good support. In seated it's the same, so have you feel your way around that and use your feet to take that step. Seated is the same but much smaller. If your aim is to progress to standing work, we're going to rehearse the footfall. If your aim is to increase tolerance and success in standing, rehearse the footfall, which is this. So it's the same thing. So we're step, step. And can you see how small that is? There. It's really an extension of our Circ Boost. This is why ankles, feet and toes are so important. If standing activities isn't on your radar and it's not something that you're working towards, suggesting that we stay with our lift and shift and our really deliberate hip walk, either forwards and back in the chair, or continue with the hip hitch here, or combine that with your buttocks. So your base of support is buttocks and hips, yeah? Okay, all of those build up to the finale. Here comes the finale. I've probably built up my part a bit too much. We're going to just do a little bit of functional side reach, and then we're going to bring in that to meet the wide base sway. So, wider step. If we're going to reach sideways, generally speaking, a wider foot position is going to help with that outward reach. What I'm going to ask you here, so use support. Now, can you feel that this feels and is different to the side bend from mobility? So in the morning, when we do the mobility, the side bend goes directly down and comes back up, which is great if we've got stuff down here. But quite often in life, we have stuff that's over there. Pause, get your balance in the middle, support, pause over there. And again, the wall is great for this. So here's the wall version. And here's the seated version, and this is where backside, the anchor really comes into play, and the buttercups really come into play. Wider feet, if that's an option. And can you see this one? It's a shift, and it comes back. And then you can do that without the arm, without the shoulder, if you prefer. Imagine you're reaching over there, and can you feel it's very different? So I shift this way, and actually, when I do this hip hinge, this lifty hip thing starts to come in. Pause in the middle, lift and reach. So our hip hinging of our hip walking starts to come in. All right, here we go. Let's bring it all together. In standing, take the feet a bit wider. Are the knees a little bit, we say, soft or unlocked? Here's the ankles, feet and toes. Here's the hip walking and the hip shift. And the knee bend coming into this wide base sway, soft knees. So it's a reach and extend. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see. Have a look what happens down at my feet and ankles as I there's my heel raise, there's my back to base. And here is my all my stance supporting leg. And I can bring that in to reach further and out so I get this starfish shape. Here we go, there. If you don't want to reach up, that's fine. We can just imagine that we are, and here we've got the lift and shift, we've got the upper side stretch from the 4 o'clock, and in seated we have the hip hinge and the extend. Pause in the middle, there. So you're focusing on keeping the support through the centre. There it is in stand. I've got a little knee bend to help with the balance, and there's the toes, ankles, feet and toes. Forgot what they were called then. So we call this a wide base sway, and at this pace, we're looking at mobility and balance and functional reach. But can you feel, if I didn't have that heel raise, I wouldn't be able to reach and maintain balance. Okay, that's the movement tonight. Little hip hinge bow at the end. I'm going a bit crazy, I think, today. All right, how was that for you? Side tap, pedal pusher, functional side reach and wide base sway. And perhaps there's a message in here. The crowbarring thing we go on about. We're crowbarring in perhaps different movements that you're currently doing to kind of break up these positions so that we don't get sore in any one particular space. All right, that's it. That's another 10, 12, 13 minutes in the bag. Consider that, go back round, have a look, maybe pick one of those. The side step is really critical. If you're still working on ankles, feet and toes, maybe just stick with the side step for now. Move into that wide base sway with the functional side reach when you're ready. This is all stuff that you can go back to. I'll be back at 4 p.m. for a sway and stretch. Sway, I don't know why we change our voice when we say sway. Back at 4, going slightly mad, maybe too much sun. Keep on crowbarring. Thank you for your support. Keep telling us how you're getting on with all this stuff. We really need to hear the impact of this mission. It keeps us all going. We're doing it for you. We're doing it for you. Thank you, folks. See you at 4. 4 hours. Clock starts now. Go, quick. Deploy.